everyone, and welcome back into your favorite podcast. Today, we're going to be going into the 2024 MLB draft, including Travis Bazana and Chase Burns. We're going to be ranking our top 7 prospects and going through what made them a top player for us. Let's dive in.
Welcome back to your favorite podcast, F&S Sports Media.
Now, honestly, these top few picks are very hard to pick through and rank as they're all pretty remarkable in many different ways. But for number 1, it's going to be not Travis Bazana, but Charlie Condon, an outfielder who played for Georgia in a college year where he led all players, and listen to this, in batting average, home runs, slugging percentage, and OPS, which led to him ultimately winning the SEC Player of the Year. But he's also shown the ability to hit college pitching for 2 years in a row before getting drafted. In 2023, with Georgia, he hit .386 with 25 bombs, with a 70 grade power and 60 grade hit tool, all while being 6'6". So he's a big dude. He's got a bunch of potential, and he's probably going to be playing in Coors because the Rockies drafted him, and we all know Coors is a place where players hit tape measure home runs. And he's just in the best places to hit him, and I'm very excited to see these home runs that he's going to hit.
Yeah, he could end up hitting 40 home runs a year easy just by playing half of his games in Coors if the hit tool that he showed in college translates at all to the pro game. He's definitely an exciting prospect. Number 2 is a player that could be the next Shohei Ohtani. Not likely, but you never know. Mr. Jack Caglione has a very high potential. Let's start off with the bat. So in 2024, he hit .419 with a .544 OBP and an OPS of 1419. And he hit 31 dingers and was intentionally walked 31 times. That's crazy stuff from this kid. That's just the bat. We get over to the pitching side of things. You look at his stats. He had a 5-2 record and a 4.76 ERA. It's not the best in the world, but he was playing in the SEC, which is known for having players just like Charlie Condon and everything else. So, he can hit triple digits with the fastball, and he's also introduced a cutter, which seemed to help a bit. Hopefully he can harness this ability, and with his bat, Jack Caglione could be a potential super prospect.
I know. So excited to see what he can do here with the bat and the pitching side of things. All right, for number 3, we're going to be going with the player that ultimately actually went number 1 in the draft, Travis Bazana. He's the first Australian and the first second baseman to go and get drafted number 1 overall. He had a .407 batting average, which is elite bat-to-ball skills. Oh yeah, and he also raises OPS from 1.122 in 2023, which is crazy, to 1.479. That's even crazier. That's along with his 28 home runs and a walk-to-strikeout ratio of 76-37. That's insane plate discipline. Also, he's a threat to possibly steal some bases because he's got some pretty good speed. He's probably going to play second base, although he may be able to make the switch to shortstop, maybe, because he's that good. I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, and at the very, very least, he's the best interviewer that they have in the draft, only because you get to hear the good
I know, it's
Australian
hilarious.
accent. It's crazy. Anyway, for number 4, we have one of, if not the best pitcher in this year's draft, and that's Chase Burns. He had a 2.70 ERA with 191 strikeouts and only 100 innings. So yes, those numbers are not incorrect. 191 strikeouts in 100 innings pitched. That is insane. Batters had a 171 batting average against, and he only walked 30 batters. He can also hit 100 with his fastball, and his slider is a wipeout pitch that is just devastating for hitters. It's virtually impossible to hit. He's got a 60% swing and miss rate between the last 2 seasons. Mix in a curveball and your changeup, and you've got one of the best pitchers in this year's draft.
Yes, very, very good pitcher right here. For number 5, we have a pick that scouts maybe could have seen go number 1 at the beginning of the year. Then he got injured. Other stuff happened. And then he fell to number 7 for the Cardinals. In only 36 games, J.J. Weatherholt hit .331 with a 1.61 OPS with a .472 on-base percentage. He also managed to get 8 homers, which he's not like a big power guy, but 8 homers in 36 games is still pretty good. He had a 30-17 walk to strikeout ratio, which is also pretty good. What I really like about JJ is that his swing is so beautiful, it's so perfect, and he has some average power with a great hit tool. There are some red flags though because he has had some hamstring injuries which hurt his stock. This year, that's why he got all the way to seventh for the Cardinals. But hamstring issues, but other than that, he's got plenty of talent.
Yeah, you can't ignore the red flags of the injuries. Somebody who's going to be drafted that high overall, you kind of want to make sure that you're getting somebody that's going to be on the field. But at some point, the talent takes over, and you just can't ignore it. So the Cardinals getting Weatherholt kind of falling into their laps at 7. You couldn't possibly expect a better outcome for the Cardinals, ending up with a player that coming into the college season, many people had going 1-1.
Yeah, crazy.
For number 6, we've got Hagen Smith. The White Sox kind of went after a little bit of another Garrett Crochet type player. He's a 6'3 southpaw from the University of Arkansas, and he was phenomenal last year. He had a 2.04 ERA. He went 9-2 with 161 strikeouts. Now get this though, his strikeout per 9 rating 17.3.
It's crazy.
Yes, 17.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. Now, he does have some command issues, and he's already had one Tommy John surgery while he was in high school.
Yeah.
But he can also touch 100 with his fastball, which is crazy given his kind of unconventional delivery. And he also has a cutter and a slider and an upper 80s splitter. Watch out for Hagen Smith.
Yes. Him and Chase Burns battle between who was the best pitcher back last year. For the last pick, number 7, according to us, it's going to be Connor Griffin. Now you may be asking, who is Connor Griffin? Well, he in high school last year, he has showed true 5-tool potential. He stole 80 bases in high school. What? And then he has true potential to go 30-30 because he's extremely fast and he has elite power as well. And the reason he has elite power, he's got a bunch of bat speed, really good bat speed. He's got raw power and athletic ability. That's what makes Connor Griffin one of the highest potential players in this draft because he's still in high school and he's shown all that stuff. He can always get better. Players most of the time always get better out of high school.
Yeah, and just that'll kind of wrap up our top 7 that we have this year. But Connor Griffin, an amazing high school talent. There's a lot of really incredible players right at the top of this year's draft. We're excited to see which one wins the race to the show first.
I know. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to FNS Sports Media Podcast, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.